at the door. I'm gonna show him to you guys. This is Toby. He's literally the love of my life. My boyfriend and I have only had him for like 2 months. And he's in desperate need of a haircut. His hair is like crazy long. He's going to the groomer next week. So I apologize for his unkempt look. But he's a Palmapoo. He's 11. Someone surrendered him to the animal shelter I work at, and I needed to take him home. I just fell in love with him. Yeah, he's the best, and he has no teeth. So he's pretty much like my obsession. Right. Yes. And his tongue sticks out of the side of his mouth because he has no teeth, and it's really cute. Right. Thank you. I've been wanting to make this video for like 2 years, but I've been truly too nervous to. But I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I just kind of got the urge to right now, so I figured I would just sit down and do it. So here I am, and yeah, I guess I'll just kind of give you an update on where I've been for the past 2-3 years, and why I left for so long, and what's going on in my life right now. Yeah, I'm gonna try to kind of like not ramble on and on because I don't want this video to be super long. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to just talk and tell you guys about everything without editing it really, so we'll see how that goes. Well, first of all, I'll tell you that I'm in my new apartment. The apartment that I was in when I stopped filming a few years ago, I moved out of soon after that and moved into another place, and now I'm here. My boyfriend and I have been here for almost a year, and it's great. And we have this spare room that I've kind of turned into a meditation room, but I've realized that it's perfect for filming videos. It's a very relaxing room, so I'm really into it. I like it a lot. So that's where I am. I guess long story short, really what happened, I'll spare you the details, but what I think happens to a lot of people who make videos on YouTube, I just was having a really hard time in my life, and I was kind of having a little bit of like an emotional breakdown. We've all had that. You guys know, like, I've struggled with anxiety and stuff like that, like everybody has in my life, and I just was so overwhelmed, and making these videos just felt like one more thing that was like sucking my energy out, and I just couldn't deal with it. So I stopped, and I was like, I'll be back in a few weeks because I just got my new microphone, which we'll talk about in a second. And I can't really explain it. A few weeks turned into a few months, and I still just did not feel like mentally okay. I was just having a hard time, and I just didn't feel like I had the time or energy or want even to like come back. I just like didn't want to. But and as time went on, I kind of started thinking like, man, I really need to get back into that. And the longer I was gone, the more nervous I was of coming back, because I thought people are gonna be mad at me, whatever, those kind of like silly things that we think. And the other part of it kind of was that some people I know in real life found my videos, and that made me really uncomfortable. I'm still kind of like struggling with that a little bit. I know watching ASMR is nothing to be embarrassed about at all, and I'm totally not embarrassed about watching it, but for some reason, like, I'm a little bit embarrassed about like being in front of the camera, and seeing me doing a video like this to someone that I know in real life who doesn't know what it is looks like really weird. if you don't understand what it is. A lot more people I know, I think, actually know what it is now, but it's still very much like a secret from most people I know in real life. Some people know now. So I think that was the other thing that was kind of like keeping me from it, is I got a new job that I cared about more and I didn't want anyone that I worked with or just that I knew IRL to know that I did this, and I kind of just wanted to like not think about it. So, but then I felt really guilty because I just got that new microphone, and obviously it wasn't intentional, but I got the new microphone and I realized that I was missing some part that wasn't like crazy expensive, but it wasn't like cheap, so I was like, okay, I'll wait a little bit to buy it, and it just happened. Obviously that wasn't intentional, but I felt really bad about it. It was a mistake and it wasn't cool. And one thing I want from you guys, because I can't, I don't know why, I haven't used YouTube in this way in a long time, and I can't find like my inbox where my old messages were. And I really want to contact the people that donated towards that microphone because I want to reimburse them. I'm able to and I want to, and I just like can't find them. So if you're one of those people, I'm gonna put my Instagram down below. Just send me a message and we will talk, because I'd like to reimburse you, because I feel really awful about the timing of that whole thing. And you helped me buy a microphone that I didn't use, and that's not cool. So there's children running outside my window. I live right next door to an elementary school, actually my old elementary school from kindergarten to 4th grade, so it's kind of weird. And it's a school that I definitely felt like was haunted when I was a kid, so it's kind of strange living next door to it. Anyway, so send me a message, please, if that is you. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Any of you know who has anxiety, like, you know that one of the things that comes along with having anxiety is procrastinating things, and I am like the absolute queen of procrastinating things. And you know, like, the longer you put stuff off, the more like freaked out and nervous you are to do it, and that's kind of just what happened with this. I feel like it's been 2 seconds, but it's been a long time, and it just sort of got away from me. So that's like an abridged version of everything. I don't want to bore you with the details, but that's pretty much what happened. And I'm great. I'm fine. I'm doing really well now. I know some of you, like a couple of you I've noticed, have commented on some of my Instagram pictures before. If I haven't answered them or like deleted them, it's because they had some mention of this channel, and I am still like really uncomfortable with people I know in real life finding it. So I'm sorry if I didn't answer you, but that's kind of why. So moving forward with this channel, I haven't really fully decided like what exactly I want to do. I kind of toyed around with like making all of my old videos unlisted and putting all the links to them in like a Google Docs that any of you can access, just so they're not just out up here anymore. Maybe not all of them. I haven't fully decided, but like looking back through some of them, I started this channel years ago and I was really young and like a totally different person. I went through a lot of different like hair looks that I don't love now. And I just like kind of want to not have that floating around here. But again, I understand, like, I have old ASMR videos that are like years old that I still go back and watch, so I don't want to like totally take that away from someone if there's an old video of mine that they love. So that's why even if I did make them unlisted, I would still like make them available to you guys to see. I might even just change some of the thumbnails to not have my face in it, and I probably might change my name, the name of this channel, just because like it's my name and my first initial is D, and I want it to be like just slightly more anonymous. I won't like never show my face, but I might show my face less. I might show my hands more because I get my nails done now. I really like that color. I don't know if that'll focus. whatever. But yeah, so that's an exciting thing. I used to never get my nails done, but now I do, so I can tap on things, which is cool. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make another video after this one, kind of talking more about like what my intentions are for this channel moving forward, and like what you want to see, because like I still have been watching ASMR videos, but I think I've been like a little bit out of the loop with like what people like and what people want to see. So I'm gonna kind of save that for another video, so this isn't terribly long. Yeah, so I was working at a radio station, and I think it must have been around the same time that I left is when which was part of the reason for my like mental breakdown, because that job was just awful. It was like a toxic work environment. After I left that job, I got a job at an animal shelter, which is where I currently work. So I've almost been there for 3 years, which is crazy. And I started, oh, my ankle cracked. I started cleaning, being like a kennel attendant. I actually quit that radio station job with just this part-time job working at the animal shelter and no other plan, but I hated it so much I was just like, I need to leave. And it's funny, the job sort of just fell into my lap, and I always said like I always wanted to work with animals. I love animals. And I even remember saying like it'd be really cool to be like the social media manager for an animal shelter, and that's like literally what I do now. So it's kind of cool how that happened. But I started part-time, then they made me full-time, then they moved me to the office, and now I'm in charge of like all the social media, but I'm also like, I have like 8 jobs, so I like coordinate all the volunteers and the fosters, and I help plan and organize the events, and I'm an adoption counselor. So it's also funny because I made a video, it was one of my more recent ones before I left, of like an animal shelter worker like telling you about all the dogs they have, and that's just kind of like what I do now partially, which is really funny. And yeah, so it's been amazing. I've learned so much stuff. If any of you guys have any questions about dogs or cats, especially cats, I feel like I've become an expert on cats. Which has been really cool. I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of good stuff, but it's been like a wild ride, to say the least. And I've only adopted 2 animals. So my dog Toby, who you met, and our cat Goob, who you can see on my Instagram also. Someone brought him to the shelter when he was like a week or 2 old, and I had to take him home and bottle feed him, and I got attached, and you know, the rest is history. But he's great. He's kind of an asshole, and he's like really fat now. But he's my child. I love my pets. Me and my boyfriend, they're like our children basically. And I'm with the same partner that I was with 3 years ago. I think it'll be 6 years in August that we will have been together, which is crazy and awesome. I started playing roller derby. This is my 2nd season. I never skated before in my life. I always thought roller derby was really cool, and a friend of mine, one of my best friends, was like, you're gonna come and do this with me, and I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for her, because it was terrifying. But I learned how to skate, and I can play now. It's really fun. It's a little intense, but I love it. I'm a jammer. If any of you know roller derby, it's kind of a confusing sport to watch if you don't know it, but it's really fun. And I don't think I've really changed that much. I think I've just grown a little bit more. I think I've grown a lot, actually, honestly, and I am trying to just be more like authentically myself and not be such like a people pleaser and let people walk all over me, which is an issue that I've had in my life. I'm trying to say no more to people, and I keep hearing sounds. I think kind of on like an inner journey the past few years. I've started meditating a lot more frequently, at least this year, which has been great, and doing stuff like that. And I just feel like I am a lot more like emotionally balanced than I was before. And yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. So I yeah, decided to just bite the bullet and stop being such a baby about coming back here, because it's really not a big deal. I know people do it a lot. And yeah, I just been like kind of yearning to have like some place to share things. And I miss all of you, and I miss talking to you, and I love learning things. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts and like audiobooks, and I feel like I've learned so many interesting things that I want to share with people. Just interesting things, or things that have really helped me be like better, be like a higher, better version of myself. And I guess I feel like passionately about people feeling empowered to help themselves, because I don't think most people, even myself included, don't fully understand the capacity people have to help themselves and make their life whatever they really want it to be. So I've just been, I'm pretty obsessed with podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I would be happy to give some recommendations. Most of them are like self-help kind of, spirituality, health, wellness sort of related podcasts. I'm very into, and I'd love to share some things that I've learned here. So yeah, this will still be like primarily an ASMR, like relaxing type of channel. I might sort of branch out. I don't really know. I don't want to like put a container on what I'm gonna do, because I'm not sure yet. But yeah. I think that's enough for now, I guess. I could talk and talk. I'm trying to think of anything else like really important that I should add. My hair's so long now. It would be like crazy long, but obviously I've been trimming it. Yeah, so I know most of you, I hope, will be very nice about me coming back and not like hate my guts for leaving for so long. So I want to say thank you in advance for being understanding. And if you're any of those people again to help me with the microphone, please send me a message, please. And you'll hear from me soon. If you have any other questions for me, you can message me on Instagram privately, I would prefer. Or obviously leave a comment below. And I hope to see you guys soon.